Shalom Yalakam family. I'm back with another one. Um, we're gonna talk about dinosaurs and man walking on the moon. Two lies, two theories that they made us believe that done made them billions of dollars. Um, but I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. You know what I'm saying? To the point, man. Um, Dinosaurs never existed, bro. Like, there's no way you can show me that you can count millions and millions and millions of years that the world has been into existence. There's no way you can show me is that you can check to see how old a certain rock is. Like, that's all like, it's all lies. It's baloney. You know what I'm saying? So we know from Adam up until now that counts for over a little over 6,000 years, somewhere in there. They say, well, the Earth had to be alive more than 6,000 years. Okay, the Earth was alive more than 6,000 years. Adam was only created in mankind's time is that 6,000 something years. He created the Earth before he created man. And he created Adam in Genesis 2, and he created Eve from Adam's rib. He created Adam from the dust of the ground. In Genesis 1, the man and woman he created, the male and females he created, were the angels. They were not created from the dust of the ground. They were created in the image of God. And they were created at the same time, male and female. When he created Adam from the dust of the ground, and he placed Adam in the garden. Adam never was on earth at first. So now he said it's not good for him to be alone. So he went through a series of creations trying to create a helpmeet for Adam. And then he pulled a rib from him and created Eve. He didn't create them at the same time, like it's saying in Genesis 1. Those were angels he created in Genesis 1. So yeah, their time, I can't calculate their time. You can't either. You're not one of them. So you can't calculate their time. I can't either. We can calculate mankind time. You know what I'm saying? So, but those angels were the sons of God in Genesis 6, where he talked about fell from heaven and slept with the daughters of men. Woo, woo, woo. Had the babies that were giants and things like that. Well, the giants also sinned against animals. And what do sinned against animals mean? They mean they had sex with animals. Because you kill animals and eat them too. So are you sinning against the animals? No. He said he sinned against animals. They had sex with the animals. And they had half man, half giant man, half animal. That's where they got those dinosaur fossils, so-called dinosaur fossils and stuff like that. But see, they're not telling y'all the whole story. They're not telling y'all that those creatures that were born, they could talk. They could do things, you know what I'm saying? Like, they giving you their version of it in order to make money and tell this story about dinosaurs and a comet came and hit Earth and woo woo. Nah, that comet ain't hit Earth yet, but we're going to get into that in later videos. What did happen, though, was the flood. The flood washed away all that. That's why he said Noah was perfect in his generation. Noah and his family were the only people that were obedient and that were not contaminated with that giant blood. That's why he chose to save them. And according to Noah's obedience. The flood washed all it off. Earth wasn't no comet, wasn't no ice age. The flood washed all that off of Earth. And you see, because the only so-called dinosaurs that live through it are the ones you find in water. They live in water. The crocodiles, the the alligators and things like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, those are the only ones. Some people say alligator guards and stuff like that, but those are the only ones that you find still here because they lived in the water. Like some of the fish, they look prehistoric, yeah, because they lived in water. The water does not destroy creatures that live in water. The water destroys creatures that live on land that cannot swim. And then let's go to the man in the moon. That's why old folks say if they don't believe something you saying or something you did, they say, oh, you ain't bit more did this or that than the man in the moon. Even the old folks know ain't no man walked on no moon. Because first of all, the moon is a light. And if you know how to track the stages of the moon every month, the moon has four major stages: the half moon, the full moon. No, it's the empty moon, the half moon, the full moon, the second half moon. Yeah, it has two half moons, an empty moon, and a full moon. Four major stages. The full moon is in the middle of the month. The moon is full, it's really full only 2 days. So you mean to tell me you tracked your flight from Earth to the moon to make it to the moon at exactly the time that it's full, so you can land and walk on it? Because how would you see the moon if it was empty? If it was void of its light? Yeah, man, them Hollywood productions, man, they put that stuff on TV, and you gotta understand something. If I'm the person you believe in, if you're looking for me for your like if I govern you, if I police you, if I you see what I'm saying? If I provide help for you, and I tell you something, I tell you that your whole life over and over and over again, then I put it on this fancy invention called a television that everybody fell in love with, and I put it on your television, on your cell phone, over and over and over and over and over and over. Even if it's a lie, you're still going to believe it because I'm the one telling you that. And I put it on the gadgets that you fell in love with. And you've seen it countless times in your life, your whole life. So you are subconsciously going to believe it. Even if you know it's a lie, you're still going to believe it. Even if you find out later on it was all a lie, it's going to be hard for you to not believe in it. That's called programming. That's why they call it television programming. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I had. I know it's gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings, but you can't prove none of that. Show me, like from Missouri, you gotta show me. I'm from Show Me State. I ain't from the Show Me State, but I'm be from the Show Me State today. You gotta show me. You can't just tell me something over and over and over and over and over again, and I believe it. Like Steph Curry. He was on a podcast. Some he was saying when he said that he don't believe man walked on the moon, and Obama got in contact with him and say Obama got on him pretty tough about that, and he came back and changed his stance on it. Yeah, because Obama called him and say, hey man, you one of the leaders. You one of the pawns that we use to control these people. These people look at you like a god. They idolize you, which they're not supposed to. You're a false idol, a false god to these people. You control a lot of people because they're fanatics, they're fans of you. So if you start saying stuff like this, that's going to make them question things, and they'll question more and more things if you keep questioning more and more things. You are one of our pawns of propaganda that we use against the masses to keep them controlled, to keep them dormant and focusing on sports instead of more important things in life, like child hunger, people mistreating children, things like that. If you, LeBron James, and all the people, Jay-Z, and the people that they idolize start questioning things and questioning the government, they're going to follow suit. You know? And once the government loses their grip on the public, then you got anarchy. They have to go get a job just like everybody else. They can't just sit on the hill and push buttons and run the whole world. Because when you look at it, out of every government official in the whole world, if you add all of them up, it's not even they don't add up to 1/10 of the world's population of people. But people don't know that. People don't think for themselves like that. So they keep you in fear, keep you dormant. Because if they don't keep you in fear and keep you dormant, or with scare tactics, false news, nuclear wars, but ain't no nuclear war popped off. The athletes and celebrities keep you dormant. Sports, you'll never think to question the lies that they tell or to overthrow. But that's all I got. We'll get back at you with another one. Y'all like them shalom.